Welcome back to another fun, exciting, devilish edition of A Guide to Poor Parenting podcast where me, Jason,
and me, Jennifer,
have a few drinks
and talk shit about our kids.
Where am I in the script? Please follow us on Instagram at Guide to Poor Parenting. The word Guide to Poor Parenting, all one word, and Twitter/X/Facebook at Poor Parent Pod. I realize the Facebook is a little bit messed up at the moment. It's just my personal one, but I'm trying to fix it. So
trying.
And we're going to start consulting with Miss Jessica, who's been on the podcast before, about setting it up so it's a little bit more informative and whatnot.
Yep.
Miss Jennifer, how your week been?
It's been all right.
It's been all right?
Yeah. I'm just getting ready for my surgery.
Woo! You're going to have no more bunions.
Yeah.
Just corns.
Such a weird... No corns. Such a weird thing. And I was talking to my a coworker, and she had the surgery, and she took forever to heal, like 3 months to heal. And she was telling me how painful it is. So we'll see. But I feel like I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. So
I was supposed to say, after this long and as much pain as you've been in,
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had your first, not the first, but was it your second professional massage?
Yep. The first one was in Vegas.
Yep.
And it was too...
Paid way too much for it.
Yeah, and it was very too woo-woo for me.
Too woo-woo?
Yeah, like, you're... kind of like yoga, like breathe through your belly button and have your belly button touch the floor through your stomach. Like, it was... The lady talked a lot, and she was kind of, hippie-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, to me, it was like woo-woo. But, so yeah, I like Diego a lot better.
Yes.
He was very nice.
Yes.
He did hurt me. But I guess it's a good hurt. I'm very sore, but if it makes my headaches go away, it is definitely worth it.
Yeah, Jennifer's doctor said she should probably take some like muscle relaxants to help because he thinks it's probably like a tension headache.
Well, it's trauma.
Yeah.
And it's stuck in my shoulders, and that's why my shoulders are so tense. So the muscle relaxers are supposed to try to help me sleep through the night so that I get into REM sleep. But I'm taking so many of them, and I don't sleep through the night.
Yeah.
So then the other neurologist, because I got two, yay me, was like, I don't have any more options, so let's try kind of holistic, and let's try massage or acupuncture. And so I knew you guys like your masseuse, so I asked, and I got to see him yesterday.
Yep. I had found him about a year, probably, I don't know. It was after the pandemic, so maybe a year and a half ago. He used to be over behind the hospital, behind the Walgreens where you go to for your, which is not Gallatin, but it's off Gallatin.
Okay.
He used to be there, and then he moved to a place over on Bob Wallace, and I don't know if he wants us advertising his masseur. It's elite massage therapist, I think, and he's really good. Mm-hmm. He when I first started having hip problems, we weren't sure if it was muscular or joint, so he tried doing the cupping, and that shit hurts. Like, because he'll, especially on the hip groin area, because he would put a suction cup on there and then like pull the skin up in there, and I guess it's supposed to like help break up the fascia and like make it less tense or something, but he would like move it around, and it's just incredibly uncomfortable. But it didn't help, but because it was a joint problem, not a muscle problem. But damn. But Zane, for his birthday, I knew since he did the cupping on my hip, I was like, I bet he does regular cupping. So I looked in his menu, and that's what I got Zane for Christmas. And he came back, was it 2 weeks ago? Something like that.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he came back, and he had like
bruises.
Probably like 2-inch wide circles, bruises, giant hickeys all over his back. And he seemed to like it, and it hurts. I don't know if you like massage. If you like massage that's gonna like break up the tension and the knots, he's really good at it. And he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, if elite massage therapist, if you're out there, or if you need a massage, and our 12 listeners, if y'all need a massage,
we got one more.
We got one more. Yeah. What? No, U.S. I asked you.
Yeah, now I get to ask you.
Yeah, that's it. I am struggling.
Have you been drinking already?
No, I'm just out of it.
Jason, how has your week been?
Well, Jennifer, let me tell you, it went well. I did an open mic at Shenanigans Theater here in town.
Yep.
And I know that at least one of our listeners volunteers there. So hi, Mike. Shout out to you.
Hola.
So I did the open mic there and had a good time. I was teasing. It was funny because I was at we got done with the show, and it's a what do you call it? A prized show.
Yeah.
They give $100 to the best performance of the night.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And usually, I found that if you bring a lot of people, you tend to win. So, it makes sense. And I've never won, but, every time I go, someone's like, you were really funny. So I really appreciate it. Because my brand of humor is incredibly gross.
Raunchy.
Yes, raunchy. I think one of my last jokes, since this is an explicit podcast, was... have you ever seen the scene in Sleeping Beauty when the prince shows up to the castle and it's covered in thorns? That's what I kind of think of whenever Zane spreads my cheeks, because he's just a handsome man wading through the weeds to get to the princess within.
There you go.
Don't want him to get any goblins on his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of I'm just gross. Although I did promise Kalia and my mom that I would do a clean set so they could come watch. Because it's something I feel like it's a skill as a comedian you just have to have.
Right.
So at the last show, there was a new comedian. He's probably he may have been 30, but he looked pretty, the older I get, the harder it is to judge.
Yeah.
So anywhere from 20 to 35, I'm like, maybe. Yeah. But he was young. It was pretty good. First time doing it, I was very proud of him. But he was talking about. He's like, oh yeah, I don't want kids. I don't think I want kids. I don't really like kids that much. And all I could think was you don't like kids? It's have a few. You'll fucking hate them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think that will be my next. It's my clean set.
Yeah.
You think you don't like kids? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Have a few. You'll fucking hate them.
Yep. Yep.
Bastards. I was like, yeah. I just think about the moms we know with 5 or 6 kids, and I don't know. There are some moms who are just Daisha. I'm sure she doesn't fucking hate her kids,
yeah.
But and I don't know. There's some angelic mothers out there with beautiful children, but
they don't have the gremlins that we have.
Yes. Well, even
and not mogwais, but gremlins.
Yes, they ate after midnight.
Yes.
They stole some food out of the goddamn pantry at 8 after midnight.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited to go. I've only ever done open mics at Shenanigans, and I usually try and write a brand new 5-minute set every time I go, which is once a month. But I'm gonna start. I got invited to go to Straight to Ale because they have one to the first or third Thursdays of every month. So I think I'm gonna go today. We're recording this on the 11th, February the 11th. I'm not sure exactly when it'll come out. It'll probably be the week. I think we have, I don't know, sometime in February this episode will come out.
Gotcha.
But I'll have gone.
Yeah.
I will have gone to Straight to Ale and possibly. Oh, I found out that Shag Nasties, which is
and that is the actual name of it, guys.
Yeah.
The name is Shag Nasties. We're not making something up. It's an
it is
interesting name for a establishment.
It's a dive biker bar
that has brunch.
That has a nasty brunch at that.
Yeah. They don't smoke any in there no more.
Yeah. Shocking. Because the drag bar here in town still has smoking.
Yep.
But
which I like, but I don't like because even though I smoke, I don't like the smell of a club when they're smoking.
Yeah.
You have to take off your clothes before you get inside because it just
reeks.
Permeates everything that it touches. But yeah. So Shag Nasties has a stand-up.
And one of the local sex toy shops, I think it's called Pleasures.
Yeah.
On University.
You said.
Yeah, on University they have one. So, and they're on Tuesdays, I think.
You can definitely talk about your dumper at a sex shop, right?
Well, I think I could talk about it too at the dive bar. I don't think anybody would mind. But yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
And if they were not so late at night and on weekdays, I would go. But I am an old old woman that likes to go to bed early, and
Trust me, I understand. I go to these open mics and they'll sometimes last till 10:30, and I'm just like, oh my Christ,
Yeah.
I am so tired.
Yeah.
Let me go home. I know. Sometimes I'll volunteer at Shenanigans, and for any of our 12 listeners out there, if you're not already volunteering at Shenanigans, please do so. It's a great little community.
Yep.
Not community, but
I mean, there are community too.
yeah, it's a great community of volunteers and
stuff.
Kim and Jessica, the I guess owners. I don't know what they owners. They're just really sweet people, and
They've been on the podcast.
and they're just trying to make the. We don't have a lot of queer community spaces here in town, and I feel like that's kind of becoming one.
Yeah.
Even though, but it's still very inclusive to like straight people.
Oh, yeah.
So I love it.
I volunteered there with you.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's just nice to hang out, and everybody's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and they have some fun shows.
Yep. Definitely.
Okay, so we talked about how we're doing this week. What are we talking about this week?
Are we drinking
Oh,
first?
yeah, you're right.
One of our favorite bottles of wine
Yes.
ever. Cooper and Thief. It is the best. I love it so much.
We were we were trying to figure out what we were going to drink, and I was like, I think we just went through. We have like a little wine, not cabinet, but like
Rack.
wine rack. Yeah, that's a good word for it. In the house, and I was like, well, and a lot of times we'll just shove bottles in there. We don't remember what's in there.
Yep. But I went through it the other day, and I was like, we got 3 Cooper and Thieves.
Fuck yeah, and one of them's yours because from the Christmas party.
Yep.
But
We're not drinking mine right now.
Yeah. Well, even if we were, like, whatever Cooper, whatever Cooper and Thief we open, you're going to get some.
Yeah, I know. And then when you were pouring it, you had asked Zane if he would like some, and then you started pouring. You just had the 2 glasses there, and Zane's like, you going to give me some? Where's mine?
Well, because you were trying to clear your house a little bit, and you gave us a wine aerator, and I was like, I have never seen much of a difference in aerating red wine. I know it's like so I asked you today, I was like, can I give this to Goodwill or whatever, just because we're trying to clear out the house.
Yeah, not Goodwill.
Yeah.
We don't do
local
Goodwill.
thrift store.
We don't like Goodwill.
Nor Salvation Army.
Yep.
Anyway,
Either one.
Yeah, I was trying to just get rid of stuff because we just accumulated a lot of crap over the years.
Right.
And I had mentioned, it's like, I can't taste the difference between aerated or non-aerated, or if it can, it doesn't like
make that much of a difference.
Yeah. So, so when we were getting ready for the podcast, I was like, let's try aerating it, because Zane has a little milk frother, and I was like, let me show you the difference. So I poured I got 2, you and my glass, and that's when Zane was like, where's my glass?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting yours, calm down. So I poured just a little bit of wine in both glasses, and aerated one with the frother, and you can taste the difference.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't like make it better or worse, but it is a difference.
Yeah, like you can. I was like, oh, okay. There's a little bit of a texture difference to me, and I don't think necessarily the flavor is different, but
No.
it was just like,
Maybe it's more full. Like I tasted a little bit different when
yeah,
like it made it more there. I don't know how
the depth of it. I think is the word they use.
If we ever have to describe wine, we are going to be horrible at it. We're going to take a sip and we're going to be like, it's wet.
Yes. Well, I think we can do better than that. I was telling Jennifer, I was like, I want to start expanding into TikTok a bit and doing some like reviews of the stuff we drink.
Right.
And I was like, it's gonna be interesting because neither of us can taste or like pick out specific flavors.
Nope. I can lie, but I don't like to lie.
I can sometimes pick out like it's smoky, I think.
Hints of tobacco.
Yeah. And leather, sometimes I can pick out leather, but I like my cousin Kelly, she'll just break down the taste to you.
Yeah.
And as soon as she says it, you're like, oh, that is what I'm tasting.
I'll just read the back of the bottle.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, look, it says blackberries. Oh, I can taste blackberries. And
yep.
Just say tannins.
Yeah.
Tannins. Just say tannins.
Yeah. The tannins are hitting me in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to start like putting out some like taste test reviews of wine. It's like, we've never tried it before. We're done. I want to try and get our social media game up.
Yeah.
It's something we can do.
Yeah. I just dropped a whole bunch of pictures onto Instagram so that I can keep more up with the newer pictures.
Yeah.
For the things that we've tasted and
Yeah.
or snack time and cocktail time. So, so yeah, I should be more on it. Y'all could actually see on around the date that it comes out. That is the actual what we've just drank or ate, or ate.
Yeah, we try and bank as much as we can, just because we're two busy parents. But
Right.
The weekends we try to do 2. Sometimes we actually do it. Most of the times we get 1 out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still having fun.
I am too.
Yeah. Well, we're finished up. This is the tail end of our 3rd season.
Really, already?
Because
Wow.
we're at, let's see. I think we have one. We've already banked one more interview, and I think we still have one more interview to go before the end of the season. So that puts us at 6 left in this whole season.
Wow.
So we're not far from the end, especially for a 24 episode season.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we'll talk about this later as the season goes on, but
Right.
we'll take a couple of weeks off just so we can bank a few more, and so we're not stressed out. But my goal, either with season 4 or season 5, is to migrate us to YouTube. Probably firstly with the audio files. We'll just put up like a still image with like maybe an audio form or like a waveform on it. Just so we can, because it's hard to advertise with like Spotify and all them. It's like, I don't know how to get, when people search for podcasts, I don't know how to get it to show up.
Right.
But with YouTube, I think I have a slightly better sense, because you can get pulled into the algorithm. So, and if we ever get sponsorships or some money, I'll pay someone to edit, and then they can bleep out our cussing, all our fucking awful words.
Right.
That way we could possibly get monetized.
Okay.
Which would be nice.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Let me retire from my job.
That would be my hope. And frankly, I was thinking about how I was telling Zane, I was like, I don't know when to incorporate or not, because as soon as if we ever got a sponsorship, I'd be like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be a big deal at first to just like bring it into me so I could, pay myself back for all the expenses I put into it. But if we ever do get somewhat steady stream of like sponsors and stuff like that, I want to pay you, especially because like you're the one who keeps coming here and help me out with this little passion project.
All I'm doing is drinking your wine and eating your food
I know,
and
but
talking. I love to talk.
I want to pay myself back at least for the microphones
Equipment.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And the monthly fee for podcasting hosting service.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of it, I was like, I want to put away for future improvements to the podcast and
Right.
to like
Get
reimburse.
cameras so that we can be on actual video.
I know. You won't ever have to look at them, I promise.
I will not. I know this.
Although I'm still thinking I would like to get a better website for our podcast. In which case I would like to get some photos of us, some like decent looking photos.
Like headshots.
Maybe not even headshots, just like family shots. And I don't know if we want the kids' pictures up there, but
Nope. No
just
kids.
us and
Just us.
maybe Zane like poking his head around the corner.
Yeah. That would be funny.
I don't mind being a part.
Well, I know, but like it's doing for a nice podcast. I'll start a podcast with you whenever you tell me you want to do the editing.
Okay.
10 years from now,
Yeah,
I
it'll
want
be
to
like
do the
that.
editing.
It'll be like that slab of granite on our front porch over there for 4 years.
It's not
We
there no
finally got
more.
rid of
Oh,
it.
we finally got
It's
rid of
not
it.
there no more. Don't talk about the past, Jason.
I
It's
can't help
gone.
it. Yeah, sure.
No, that slab's gone.
That's true. All right, so we had our Cooper and Thief. What are we talking about, Miss Jennifer?
The topic discussion today is because I said so,
Ooh,
which I
goddamn.
say all the goddamn time.
This is true. And this is a user-submitted topic.
It is. We got our first email.
I know. Thank you,
Yay.
Michael, so much for submitting
Hola, Michael.
our listener number 12.
Yes.
So appreciative.
So appreciative.
Yes.
And he gave us a lot of topics,
Yeah, he
which
gave us-
is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I like them. So
Yeah, really good ideas.
Yes.
So we're gonna use them up. Well, I'm gonna try not to use them all up for this season, but
Right.
Yeah, this one I was like, oh, this one I feel like, especially we had it earlier today,
Right.
Because Jennifer and I were sitting on my back porch. She was having a smoke, and I was just like, I just wanted to hang out outside because it was kind of nice. And you had asked Wesley to, or but he'd asked for his tablet, and you're like, well, finish the tacos that I bought you for lunch because you said you were hungry, so finish those.
Right.
So he went outside and played basketball for a little bit, came back, ate them, came back outside. Can I have your keys? And we're like, and you were like, can you go throw away your trash? He's like, oh, I'll do it when I get the tablet. And you're like, no. Go do it now.
Yeah. Why?
Especially for him, because he's bad about you're like, oh, do this. Okay. And then never does it.
Yep. Very, very bad about that. And then he's like, well, why can't I have my tablet? Because I said so. Just go throw it away so that we know it's thrown away. And then you can have your tablet.
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw him go in the kitchen because where we sit, you can see the garbage can in the kitchen right there. And then he just looked at me and smiled when he threw it away and then came running.
And then just stuck his hand out, didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, Wesley, why don't we say please and thank you?
Exactly.
We had a little bit of that today with Kalia because we had asked, like, every Saturday or either Friday night or Saturday morning, we make her do her laundry. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of lackadaisical. I give her a lot of leeway on when she gets her clothes folded. Mm-hmm. And when I say folded, there's giant air quotes on that. Because that little girl will...
just stuff them in drawers.
Yeah. She'll fold them sloppily and then just chuck them in the drawers. And I was like, girl, I'm just like, take some pride in what you're doing. And she's like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm like, you're so far from perfect. Not even worth trying. But she had done the laundry part, and I was like, hey, would you please go fold your clothes? And she's been sitting in the living room watching TV with a basket sitting right next to her with all the messy clothes. And I finally was like, hey, please go fold your clothes. She's like, but I'm watching my TV. I was like, please just do it. She's a lot better with Wesley now. She'll still fight us on it, but she's not nearly as bad as Wesley's, especially lately.
He's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We fought yesterday for laundry, too. And I'm like, dude, I'm doing this for you. I don't wear these clothes. I don't care if you want to be the stinky kid, whatever. But if you want your clothes clean, then you have to do this. So he had a basketball game yesterday. So we get home, and I'm like... You have 3 things to do, and you have 30 minutes to do them. Take a quick shower, because he didn't shower here, because he spent the night Friday night. And then he had to put on his sheets, because I had washed those.
Right.
And then he had to get in his uniform. So 30 minutes later, I'm like, okay, your 30 minutes is up. Because I told him, I was like, look, you cannot have your tablet and do stuff because then you stop doing what you're supposed to do and then you get on your tablet. So I was like, you have 30 minutes with your tablet. If it's not done, I'm taking the tablet away till it's done. So I go in there. He does have his uniform on. He did take a shower. But I look at his bed, there's no fucking sheet on the bed. Everything's just all the clothes are just thrown on the bed. And I'm like, okay, give me your tablet. Now do what the fuck you're supposed to do. And then come and tell me when you're done and I'll check. And then you can have your tablet. Because you just cannot do 2 things at once. He's like, oh, well, listen to music. Well, you're not fucking listening to music. You're trying to play a fucking game when you need to do your sheets. If you would just listen to the music and do your sheets, then you know what? I wouldn't be yelling at you.
What?
And then I do too much.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, my God, it's so fucking annoying.
What were we doing? Was it Friday that you...
Saturday.
Was it Saturday when I slammed?
That would have been last night.
No, I think it was Friday or Saturday morning.
It was
Saturday when he was...
Maybe Saturday morning.
Yeah, when you were picking him up, because he had you would come, you're like trying to get him out the door, and you're like, "Come on, Wesley," and he had like all his shit strewn in Justin's old room, and you were like, "Get all your stuff, we gotta go." And he's just fucking around, not doing anything, and we were like, "Come on, Wesley, let's go," and he finally gets up, after taking a sweet ass time, still doesn't have his shit together, and was just being a little bitch, and.
A dick.
Yeah, big old dick. And then he was like, God, why are you gonna make me wait? I was like, and because you had we waited so long, you just started making some coffee, and he was just like, come on, let's go. You said let's go, but he didn't have anything like his shit together.
Yeah.
No, but that still wasn't right because
No, Saturday because I had just went to Diego. Because I had my first cup of coffee and then I was making my second cup of coffee.
But that's not when I smacked him into the wall. Was that when No, because I had... as soon as I don't remember what it was.
No, because I had to take him. I didn't take him Friday night.
No, I think it was maybe in the afternoon when...
Oh, it was the morning.
Who the fuck knows? Anyway, he was just being a little bitch. And not like, you weren't screaming. Like sometimes you'll go a little screamy and I'm just like, okay, let's bring it down. This time you weren't doing that. You were being calm. You're like, can we just go? Please, let's go. Why do I have to keep waiting on you? And you went outside and he was just sitting there and I was like, come on, Wesley. He's like, she's doing too much, and started arguing with me, and I just got pissed. And I like slammed him against the wall. I was like, stop being a disrespectful asshole. She is not being rude at this point. She is just asking you to go. Yeah. And you're fighting for no goddamn reason. And he started trying to fight back, and I was like, you weigh a third of what I do. Yeah. Fuck off. I was like, you can punch me in the face. I probably wouldn't even feel it, you little bitch. God. So mad at him. And then he finally, I just walked out. I was like, get your stuff and go. And he walked out and slammed the door. And apparently he was very pissed off in the car.
He sure was. And I was like, look here. Did I do it? Don't take that shit out on me.
Yeah.
And he was grumpy in the car, but at least he shut up.
He took it out on the basketball game.
Yeah, he did really good on his basketball game. Coach was very impressed with him and all the other players. They worked really hard, even though they lost by a couple points. They did really well.
I'm always amazed, like with Matthew and John, I was always so goddamn calm. Admittedly, I was also like
younger.
Once a week.
And younger.
Yeah, and they weren't up my ass all the time. Yeah. So I didn't have the kind of, like, I had a close relationship, but they weren't like at my house 4 days a week.
Right.
So I didn't see him, we didn't have that kind of relationship. But my temper with Wesley, I'm just always kind of amazed with, because sometimes he just gets me
riled up.
So goddamn riled up.
Yep. He knows how to push the button.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yep.
And then you do too much. Yeah. And you just pushed on my fucking button, son.
Yep.
So, I'm not doing too much. You just pushed me to this much.
Yeah.
He knows.
Oh, he does.
And that's why he doesn't get shit. And one day he'll figure it out, I hope.
I hope so. Oh, Jesus.
And then I could spoil him, but he ain't getting shit right now.
I was telling my mom and dad, my mom and my my mom and mother-in-law this morning about how I was kind of tickled with Matt and John, because they were bitching about their mom about a year ago. And they're 19 this year. They'll be 20 this year. Wow. And it was probably last summer or fall. I don't know. They were 18 at the time. They weren't quite 19. So in Alabama, if we have any out-of-state listeners, in Alabama, you have to be 19 to sign a contract for some god-awful reason. Yep. So it's like nearly impossible to get an apartment on your own at 18, to signing a contract. So it's just a pain.
No utilities.
So they called me, and they were together, and they were just bitching and whining about their mom because she had asked them to do something. They both graduated high school at this point.
Right.
And they're just whining and complaining. And I was trying to be like, I was like, oh, that so sucks. Why don't y'all, it's like, you're 18, just move out. They're like, we can't. We're in Alabama. I was like, baby, Tennessee's literally 30 miles away. Yeah. I was like, Ardmore's cheap to live in.
Yeah.
I was like, you can drive down here. Or go to Nashville. You get a great job. I was just shooting down all their ideas, and like they were not happy with me. So I'm just like, boys, come on now. Yeah. I was like, you are 18 years old. If you're unhappy, change your situation. Stop bitching about how awful your mommy is.
Right.
I was like, I hate to say it, but there's quite a few parents that just boot their kids out at 18. I'm so sorry you're unhappy with mommy not doing something or being a bitch, but you don't have to live with her.
Over your head, and she feeds you. You
don't got to live there no more.
Yep.
But I was trying to think last time Kalia pulled because I said so. It was actually Saturday while y'all were gone to the basketball game. She came in here and she had cleaned her room. So Zane and I have a rule for our 12 listeners now.
Yep.
That Kalia, if she wants the electronics, like the tablet or my old phone, she has to clean her room. And she came in, or she cleaned her room, and she came into where I was sitting. She's like, "Can I have this game?" And I was like, "What? Does it cost something?" She's like, "Yeah." She showed me. It was like $1. I'm like, "No, sorry." And she's like, "Why?" And she just kept. I was like, "Because I said no, baby." And she just kept at it. And she asked 4 times, and by the 5th time, I was like, "If you ask again, I'm gonna take the phone away."
Yeah. You ain't gonna play nothing.
No.
That's why.
I was like, "No, no, no, ma'am."
Yeah, I don't understand the continuing why.
Yeah, because it does work sometimes. Like,
No.
not with us.
Well, I guess
Other
maybe other
parents.
people.
Yeah, because
No.
my mom and dad, that I will say that was like the one thing they were bad about. They would say no, but if you pestered enough, they would give in. So I mean, like, I don't think it's necessarily appropriate to critique your parents' parenting because
Right.
we're all just doing the best we can.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, it's like, I think that's one of the things that, because of the way they raised us, and I saw the kind of trouble it got them in, it was something I didn't want to do. They were bad about boundaries.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, if you're going to keep fighting me on this, like, definitely hard no.
Yeah.
You have to maintain a no.
Yep. I agree.
Because
And I do.
Yeah. And we do.
Yeah.
Hell, even with the kids we don't parent, we do that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. I've done that with my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, I do that with Kelly's kids before.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time they were at my mom's house in Texas, and the younger one, Court, was playing with someone gave him, or he picked up an actual glass off the kitchen counter, and he was 2. I'm like, let's not do that. And he started crying, and I was like, it's okay, buddy. We're just starting to play with glass. And Kelly's like, oh, just let him have it. I'm like, I don't think a 2-year-old needs to be holding glass. Because I'm like, I can see it getting broken and
Step on it because
Step on
you're
it.
barefooted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it is very annoying though. Why?
yeah.
Why? Because I said so. Just leave it alone. Stop.
Yeah.
You're not going to get what you want. Now you're just making me even more mad, so you're going to lose some shit now. So that's why.
I will
Stop
say I
asking.
have noticed with Matt, my brother, and Wesley, because of the ADHD, they hyper focus
Oh, yeah.
and they will pester the fuck out of everybody to get what they want.
Yep. And then they hyper focus on weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about Matt and John, but Wesley, randomly the other night, while I'm in the beginning of making dinner, can I see my chains? Dude, you ain't asked about these motherfucking chains in like a year. You want me to stop cooking for you to go get the chains? Yeah.
Yeah, Mom.
Fuck no. Go away. I'll get to it when I get to it. But you can't just ask just because it popped into your fucking head. I
Especially
want to
when
see my
you're,
chains. On a weeknight that you can't wear chains to school anyways.
especially in the middle of you doing something.
Right. But he doesn't look at it that way. It pops in his head and then it's like, ooh, I need to bug the shit out of Mom right now because I'll forget, I guess. I'm guessing that's what it is, but...
Is that why he was wearing a chain last night at dinner, the 21?
No, it was one. I mean, hell, he must have been having that one stashed in his room somewhere because that one even wanted the chains because I showed him all his chains. He counted them, and I'm like, "What do you want to do with them?" I don't know. I'm gonna put them back in my room then. So he had a temper tantrum because I wouldn't do it right when I was in the middle of cooking, and then I did it while he was eating. I showed him to him, and I'm like, "What? There's your chains. You got like 5 of them."
You're very nice to do it even while... I mean, that's nice.
I mean, I told him, I was like, I'll do it when I do it. But don't act like a 5-year-old and have a hissy fit because I can't do it right now while I'm in the middle of fucking cooking your dinner.
You bitch.
I know, right? Damn. And I'm sure that's what he says in his head.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know he's... still got tickled the other day. He, I don't remember what he did to you, but he was having a really shitty morning. Oh, is the morning he was being an asshole and you threw the bag at him, and you dropped him off. And tell that story because that was so funny. The flicking him off.
He flicked me off. No, so he slammed. Okay, so I name my cars because I'm that person, and I have a girl car. Her name is Schatzi, and I love her. And Schatzi means treasure in German. And this car is my very first brand new, 0 miles off the lot kind of shit, you know. So I'm very proud because she's paid off. And he slammed the door, kicked Shotzi, and then did a flicked me off with one hand. So I looked at him and I was like, I got two. Flicked him back off. And then because we're over here so much, you made Shotzi the little buttons to program the garage that I could just push the button and open it. And then he started fucking with the garage. So I'd close it and then he'd open it. And I was like, well, I ain't got time for this shit. So I just messaged you, hey, he's having a bad morning and being an asshole. So you might want to close the garage.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was pissed. He flicked me off.
Yep. I'm amazed he's not cussing you out.
Me too.
Frankly.
I'd beat the shit out of him. No, not really.
I was like, I might.
Yeah, you might. Well, I had a conversation with him like my mom did me. When I was younger, I was probably 12, and I had cut my finger like while I was walking through the front door. And it was it hurt. So I was like, fuck. And then my mama pops around the corner and she's like, what'd you say? Fudge. And she's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, I didn't know you were home, Mama. I'm sorry. And she's like, look, I know you're going to cuss, but I don't want you to cuss in front of grown-ups.
Yeah.
And then I don't want you to cuss around anybody that you don't know. So friends, okay. So, and I still kind of go by that. Like if I meet someone new, I'm not, starting hey, it's nice to fucking meet you. Yeah. I'm not going to someone I don't know. And then I still don't cuss around my mama. Like if I say hell, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, mama. That is the level of respect I have for my mother.
Yeah.
That I don't cuss around her. And because I have potty mouth.
Yeah.
I'm a damn sailor.
You're like Miss Pat. You cuss your kids out.
Yeah, I do. I call him an asshole all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I didn't have to. I really do wish that he wouldn't be such an asshole. But I just call him out on him being an asshole.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I try to instill that in him because I know he's going to cuss. Hell, he's probably been doing it since before I got him because of the situation. And then the school bus.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling me about kids cussing on that all the time. And so, I know it's going to happen. But you just gotta watch where you say your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of said the same thing to Kalia. I was like, I know you're probably cussing already. I was like, I don't mind. Don't do it around me. Mm-hmm. Don't do it around other adults.
Yep.
Definitely don't do it around grandma.
Right.
Grandparents are a big no-no.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that one I will get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I was like, if you do it around me, I would probably get upset, but I don't know if I'd punish you, but I don't want you doing it around me.
Right.
But yeah, and I don't really want you doing it around kids younger than you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so power struggles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am still. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I'm amazed he hasn't cussed because he's gotten physical with you. Mm-hmm. He's flicked you off, mm-hmm. but he's reserved himself from cussing.
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
The life of Wesley.
The life of Wesley. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did you ever you were such a good kid. I know you didn't do that shit to your mom.
What?
Why, Mom? Why can't I do this?
I probably would ask why once, and then if I gotta put because I said so, okay. Because I knew not to keep asking.
Now your brother doesn't do that, right, Patrick?
Patrick argues. He loves to argue. So you could say because I said so. But then he would just keep talking and keep trying to make his point. He does that even with me, where we'll be having a conversation. We'll go use he was deciding, because he's 24, he was deciding on either going to accounting or computer science. And I was like, math. Because that's all I think about in computer science and in accounting is math. He was like, well, I'm thinking of computer science and maybe even quantum physics. And I'm like, math. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really. It's not really math. In the beginning, it might be a little bit. I'm like, math, Patrick, math. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the whole thing is math, but there's still math in there.
Yeah.
No, not really. Patrick, math. I don't need you to argue with me. I'm just telling you there's math.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick, so he's an arguer. He wants...
He wants to have vigorous debates.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
I just want to have a conversation, but not argue with you during said conversation. So, but then I'm also one that is also kind of an arguer.
What?
So I
Stubborn?
will keep on until maybe I'm one of the last word too.
What?
Am I?
Not with us, but we've never argued really.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, but yeah,
You're definitely that way with Wesley.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pissing match with you.
Oh yes, and I win.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you're like, I mean, your brother seems like he's good at math, so who cares? But
right, but
if you do a computer science degree, typically you have enough credits to just automatically get a math minor. So
yeah,
it's like whatever.
Yeah. And then when he said quantum, and I was like, math.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it depends what you want to do. If you want to go get your PhD, then go do quantum shit.
Yeah.
But most if you just want to like get a good job, get a well-paying job, just go do computer science.
Yeah. Well, no, he said he was very interested in the quantum thing. So.
Yeah. But I mean, that could also just
I figured he'd go get a job and then find some place that'll pay for him to go do the quantum thing.
Yeah. Just go get the undergrad first. Yeah. You can do grad later.
Yeah.
Who cares? You're young.
Yeah, he's and he's so smart. Like, he can pick up an instrument and play it, and then he can listen to a song and play it. Like, he is just got so much talent.
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I was talking to EJ one time, a friend who's been on the podcast, about, because he was a music major. And I was like, what would you have done? He's like, I might have done math. I'm like, really? Because I just don't think of it. I don't know why. But like math, usually people who are good at math are actually pretty good at music too.
Right, because music is math.
Yeah.
When you have to do the counts
there's patterns to it. Yeah. I could have easily done the same.
Yeah.
I not that I love listening to music, but I like the I don't know. There's a patterns to it, and it's fun. Math. But I was also like, I want a regular paycheck, and music ain't gonna get you one.
Nope.
So
I actually watched a TikTok today about math and music, about the sheet music.
Was it a drag queen?
Yep.
Was it the Asian one?
Yep.
I know you're talking about.
She's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I never put math and music together because I fucking hate math. Math sucks dick.
All right.
But I never put that together. But I used to read sheet music all the damn time when I played clarinet. Yeah. I did it for 3 fucking years, and I never put that two together. Or I might have back in the day. I just forgot, but I don't know now. But when she was just counting, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was thinking back when I was a kid. I know I did my parents were, either they folded. I didn't ask for a lot. I wasn't like, I mean, I'll admit we were kind of spoiled, but I don't think I was also such a sensitive kid that if I saw the disappointment in their faces, I would get upset with myself about it. Because I remember I guilted them into buying me we were at Disneyland, I think, and I wanted a stuffed cat. I think it was from the Aristocats or something like that. And I started crying about it and threw a fit, and I could tell they were disappointed. Aww. And so I was pretty careful about, now I'm not perfect. I did but yeah, I saw how my brother would pester the shit out of them, get whatever he wanted, or a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't want that disappointment. So I don't know.
My mom likes to tell me a story about when I was it was like 2 or 3, and we were at a grocery store, and I learned not to ask for things. So I was standing there, you know how they always put the candy at the register?
Yeah.
Just to fuck with kids. I think that's what it is. And then adults are like, ooh, I want that, kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing there, and then she says that I looked at her and I said, it sure would be nice if I could have that candy bar. And Mama just kind of looked at me like, look at her.
Trying to manipulate you.
instead of saying, can I please have that candy bar? I would just, it sure would be nice. And I can so see me do that too. But so it wasn't a question. It just was a statement. Like, I would love that if you got that for me. But I didn't ask, so I couldn't get it because I said so.
Yeah.
It was just a a statement that was super cute, and I probably would have given myself if I was my mom. Oh, you're so cute. Here's that candy bar.
As I said, Wesley did that shit. You'd be like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah. But it's 2 and 12 are two different ages.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. But yeah, I just thought that was super cute.
Speaking of cute 2-year-olds, I told you this, but I would tell it on the podcast because I just thought it was precious. So earlier this week, I was washing. I went to the had lunch, and I was like, I want to wash my car real quick because it was kind of dirty.
Yeah.
And so I was vacuuming. I was in I've gone through the thing, and I was vacuuming it, and I got a phone call from Kiki, my daughter. And so I was like, oh, maybe she needs something. So I picked up. I was like, hello. And Ayana, my middle granddaughter, started babbling at me. She's not talking super great. So right. I was like, hello. And she's like, ba. I was like, Ayana. She's like, Papa. And started talking. It was so cute. And then it kind of quieted down. I was like, well, Ayana, I got to let you go. So I hung up, and she called right back. And I was, she was like, Papa, Papa. It was so precious. And then I was like, Ayana, can you give the phone to Mama? And she's like, Mama? And then I heard Kiki in the background, like, get that phone away from the baby.
So cute.
And Kiki texted me. She's like, sorry about that. I was like, oh, it's precious to hear from her.
That's a good story right there.
Loved babies.
You won't say because I said so to her.
That's right. Oh, no, I will to the baby. And she comes over here. I'm like the enforcer. They're like, oh, you don't want nap time? Tough shit.
No, that's true.
You getting nap time, little girl.
No, because they need that.
Oh, yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they come to Grandpa and Granddad's house. They're getting a schedule whether they want it or not.
Exactly.
Mama may be a little more relaxed, but I'm like,
Nope.
These little bastards are getting something.
Sleep, nap times, bath, bedtimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, I think it's a good transition spot.
Oh, okay.
So, for all 12 of our listeners, hi, Michael. If you have any funny stories about your kids,
or if you need some bad parenting advice, or if you have any ideas for topics,
email us at guidetopoorparenting@gmail.com.
Please, because it was very exciting to get an email.
Yes, we're hoping to continue that.
Yep.
Miss Jennifer, what are we having for snack time?
Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Zane made us some deviled eggs.
Woo!
They were super yummy. I think I ate all of them before.
Snack time I have too.
Our Cooper and Thief.
Yeah.
They were very, very yummy. I liked them a lot.
Yeah, thanks, baby. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so we've had our snack time. What's our story time, Miss Jennifer? I think it's your time.
Story time is my time. So, I think I've said this before, but I work an early shift, so I always drop off Wesley here, and then you take Wesley and Kalia to school because they go to the same school for me.
Right.
So the other day, Wesley was in a blanket, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, sometimes he's tired and he doesn't wake up and he's an ass. So I just thought he had his clothes on. And he was just having a blanket so that he could come over here and sleep.
Right.
Because I want him to be dressed and I want him to be ready, so that way you don't have to fight with him or make him do anything before, because you're doing me such a huge favor. And so we get in the car and he's like, oh, I forgot my underwear. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you forgot your underwear? And he's like, I don't have any clothes on. And I'm like, what? So you're naked underneath that blanket? Uh-huh. How the fuck do you forget underwear? You're fine. You're just going to be wearing no underwear with your pants. No, Mama, I need underwear. Mama, I need underwear. Like, fucking shit. Come on. So then I had to make a rule. You can't bring blankets and you have to be fucking dressed before we leave the house. I didn't even think I needed to make that damn rule, but apparently I did.
God bless.
I was like, how the fuck are you naked? You're naked out here in front of the world. Underneath the blanket. What happens if you step on the blanket and it comes off? Then you just bucket naked in front of everybody.
Should have just, I would have taken him to school, like, go to school naked, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, he was coming over here, so I wasn't taking him to school, but, but I was just like, dude, why?
That's so funny. It's so funny.
I was imagining him having clothes for real. Like,
Well, yeah, I would too. If he got in the goddamn car.
right, and then he's like, "Oh, I forgot my. What the fuck? What do you mean? Oh, that boy, I swear." But yeah, I thought it was funny. After the fact, I mean, it pissed me off at first, of course, because then I had to go on, open the door, and wait on him to get underwear because he can't do anything fucking fast.
Nope.
So he took his fucking time to go get some underwear, and I was like, I'm not a big morning person, so it's even worse in the morning with him because it's like,
well, especially if
dude,
your head
let's
hurting.
go. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the story. I hope that gave you a giggle or
that
a chuckle.
gave me a good chuckle, yeah, and our 12 listeners.
Yep.
That kind of slightly reminds me of like I'll add a little one to that, but I think it was Friday, sometime this past week.
Yep.
Kalia was up and dressed and just watching TV, and she was wearing shorts. And I was like, oh, this seems a little short, but whatever. I was like, I just wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
So I threw her in the car, and then I get close to home, and I got a message from her teacher. It was like, could you bring Clay some pants? These shorts aren't appropriate for school. I'm like, oh, shit. So, like, all right, let me go back.
She got the booty shorts on.
Well, God's sake, you can't get anything but booty shorts for girls nowadays.
Yeah.
They're like up to their vaginas practically.
Yep.
I was like, ooh. I was like, men cannot wear shorts like that because they just be flopping out. But
Yep.
I was like, God damn, girl. I was like, you can't. I looked at some of like the shorts for little girls, and they're right up to the crotch.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's too low.
And I like shorts down to my knees.
I know.
Because I got the long ass legs. So it's really hard for me to find shorts.
I
always.
bet you practically have to wear men's, don't you?
No, I find women's.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, but I think I get women's capris, but because my legs are so long, they only go up to my knees.
Hey, perfect. Perfect. Well, thanks you to all our 12 listeners to listening to another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting.
If you like our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on.
If you don't like our podcast, just like when our kids expect an explanation, when we ask them to do anything.
Because I said so.
God
Tough
damn.
shit.
Do whatever we ask.
That's right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.